All right, man. Somebody has to put their foot down, bruh. I've been kind of silent when it comes to this subject, but dude, did Jack Perry just beat Brian Cage 2 times in a row? The first time, it was kind of fluke. This time, this dude beat him clean. Now, there's an old saying when it comes to pro wrestling. If you have multiple giants, that means you have no giants. If you have on your roster multiple guys who are the same size when it comes to being small, then who stands out? Right? You can't push multiple small guys. See, this is why Chris Jericho was special during the Attitude Era, him and Kurt Angle. Vince was not pushing that many small guys under 6 feet. That's what made them special. You can't push multiple small guys at the same time. Because what makes them special? See, it was special seeing Chris Jericho feud with Rock, Austin, those guys, because he was a short guy. So that gave us a different dynamic that made Jericho stand out. See, you stand out when you don't have the same look as the average guy on the roster. That's what made Shawn Michaels special, right? So, we have had Darby Allin beat Joe clean. Then we had Jungle Boy beat Cage clean twice in a row. Now, I love Darby Allin. And look, to me, there's only 2 guys on this roster who are short, who TK should be pushing, and that's Max and Darby Allin. When you start pushing multiple guys of their height, dog, what makes them special? It gets to a point where there's too much equal booking in all elite wrestling. There's too much equal booking. See, there's a difference between 50-50 booking and equal booking. When it comes to equal booking, that means a guy like a Jack Perry beats Brian Cage like it's nothing. Meaning, Perry gets tons of offense, just like Cage. Now, I ain't saying Brian Cage should be a main eventer. I ain't saying that. But there's a reason why I keep on harping on looks matter in wrestling. Looks matter. I don't care if you are Mark or a smart Mark. See, when it comes to you smart Marks, you don't care about height. You don't care about look. You don't care about size. But that's why all elite wrestling is where it's at. Because they cater to people like you, and that's why your company will never grow. You don't care about look. That's the problem. See, when you push guys who look like stars, more casuals will watch your product. What if The Rock was like 5'8"? Would he be where he's at? Would you have watched him during the Attitude Era if he was small? Him and Stone Cold. What if everybody looked like Shawn Michaels? Where would wrestling be at? During the Attitude Era, what if everybody looked like Bret Hart? See what I'm saying? Looks matter if you are trying to attract casuals to your show. Look, I understand wrestling is predetermined. The winners are already chosen before the match. That's the point they're trying to make. How can you attract casuals if, let's say a guy has his remote and he turns to all elite wrestling, he sees Cage and Perry and says, Brian Cage should kill Jack Perry based on the look. But if he sees Jack Perry not struggle against Brian Cage and beat him fairly easily, why should he continue to watch? Like, dog, that's fake. That's fake, dog. Jack Perry should not beat Brian Cage twice in a row. This should have been 50-50 booking. Cage should have won his match. The first match, okay, you give it to Jack Perry, right? Because that was a fluke win. Okay, cool. This time around, Cage should have beat him. It's like, if people like Orange Cassidy, Perry, Sammy G, if these guys are beating big guys fairly easily, that means you have no big guys at all. That means everybody's equal, no matter what your size is. That makes wrestling look fake. We have to see a difference between size. I'm sorry, looks matter. I ain't saying all big guys should beat small guys. No, I ain't saying that, but you gotta make it more real. Give us some 50-50 booking. This should be 1-1. Give Perry his one little fluke win. This time around, Cage should have beat him. You already had Darby Allin beat Joe. It's like, how many giant killers do you have? See, this makes Darby Allin seem less special if Jack Perry can also beat giants. See what I'm saying? That's what made Rey Mysterio special. There wasn't tons of guys 5'5" beating big guys in his era. So that made him stand out. How was Darby supposed to stand out if Jack Perry beats the same big guys he beats? How can Darby Allin seem special if Wheeler Useless also beats big guys? That means you have no giant kills at all. Everybody is equal. You have no giants. Everybody on your roster might as well be the same height. That's how you are booking your damn show. Looks matter to a casual. I don't care about you marks, bruh. It's like, wow, that was a shocking win. Very, very shocking. How many giant killers do you need? Did Jack Perry beat Luchasaurus? Damn, it's like, whoa, bro, you gotta calm down. You already have a 5'10" guy, a 5'8" guy as your world champion. So your show is dominated by guys who are the same height as Max. That makes Max seem less special. Right? By that logic, man. Triple H would never do this. Vince, Eric Bischoff would never do this. Jim Cornette would never do this. You can't treat your you can't treat your small guys like they're giants, man. That means, what makes them special? Nothing. If Darby Allin was the only guy on this roster that was beating big guys, yeah, that would make him look very, very special. Like he's a giant killer. But you dilute your product when tons of guys who are 5'8", 5'10", don't weigh nothing, are beating guys who outweigh them by over 100 pounds, bruh. You gotta make that make sense. That means you have an agenda against big guys, bruh. That means you hate big men. Why are big men jobbers in this company? I don't get it. I'm not saying all your big guys should be main eventers, but you gotta make some booking make some sense. You gotta make your show make some sense, bro. I don't see it. Jack Perry should have not beaten Brian Cage. Their record should be 1-1, not 2-0. 2-0? Come on, man. 2-0. Jack Perry is 2-0 against a guy who outweighs about over 90 pounds. Make that make sense. But Darby just beat Joe, right? It's like, what are we doing here? Look, I'm gonna say it again. There's only 2 small guys on your roster who you should be pushing as giant killers, and that's Max and Darby. That's it. If you push tons of small guys, that means you have no small guys who are special. That means they are interchangeable. Now do you get it? All their small guys are now interchangeable, and that's a problem, man. I'm done.